Well, hello everybody. I hope you're having a good day today. So we're going to talk about cancer, breast cancer specifically, because even though it's not the month of breast cancer awareness, I have done a video on this back during the month of breast cancer awareness. But we're going to revisit it just a little bit because there were a bunch of posts on Amazon, or not Amazon, Instagram I wanted to share from the physicians community that applied to it. I just didn't have enough time to do it, but now we do. So I wanted to also say that, number one, I'm not a dietitian, nutritionist, doctor in any way, shape, or form. I don't claim to be, and I don't want to be, okay? I'm simply just sharing with you my thoughts and opinions, my own testimony, what I've learned over 13 years of being vegan, whole foods, raw vegan, plant-based, what I've learned from plant-based doctors. I don't know everything. No, I don't. But I've definitely have learned a lot. I can tell from where I'm at right now and where I was back then. I have learned a lot, that I am so solid. I feel like I'm so solid that I can see that I'm very solid in it. But I don't know everything, okay? I don't know everything. Oh, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there in the vegan movement know a heck of a lot more, and that is fantastic. We all help each other, right? And so, but I wanted to share things because it goes to show you that there's no, speaking of breast cancer awareness, there's no awareness out there. Or if there is, it's just very little, and no one really knows. It really comes down to that nobody really knows. Just like veganism, like the cruelty that happens out there, it's usually, you realize that there's a good amount of the population that they just don't know what goes on behind the scenes. And if they did know, they would choose veganism right away. I have seen so many people go vegan almost overnight just because of what they saw of the animal cruelty that happens behind the scenes in slaughterhouses, on these farms too. And kind of putting yourself in the situation, if you had to go out there and do that, could you do that? And most people can't. Why? Well, because we are made in the image of God, okay? We all all of us believers know that. We have love inside of us, okay? And we love all creatures, all living beings. We do. We don't want pain, suffering, tears, cry. That exists in the sinful life, but we don't want that. We can make heaven on earth. We can make it peaceful as we possibly can. And I have Twinkles here. He might jump up and see. But anyways, going off topic. So it's simply just like awareness, because there are so many people in my immediate family that I sickness and disease, okay? One lady in my family, well, I wouldn't say in my family, but she's very close in my family. She's a friend, but a long time friend of my parents, and she had breast cancer, and she lost one of her breasts because of it. And then there was a lady on my mom's side, I think it was one of her aunts, I think, lost part of her leg because of cancer. I didn't fully understand it, but I have to look into it more, but it was a recent thing, and she had to have part of her leg cut off because of the cancer. And I was thinking, you know what? I feel for everybody. I do. And that does not have to happen, okay? That does not have to happen. If they only knew, and if they were willing to put their guards down and open up to true health, they would still have their leg, they would still have their breasts, they would be in a much healthier state, okay? When I see that, I hear that, and I get immediately upset because I start thinking this does not have to happen. And I start feeling very, very sad. Like right now, I feel it too. But like, it's ridiculous because the people who, I'm sorry, but I understand why some people bash vegans. I understand. There's three main things. I understand why certain people go after vegans. I understand the background of it, of what's going on. But one thing that they really do not understand is that if you promote animal products in your diet, your probability of getting sickness and disease is so freaking high. Okay, it's so high. Eating vegan and eating healthy brings that probability so low. dang near to 0%. And it shows you, and it tells you crystal clearly that veganism, plant-based, is obviously a human's diet. Okay, the longer you look into it, the more you learn from plant-based doctors, and then you start feeling it for yourself, like what is going on is happening out there is cancer is being promoted in a sense. Autoimmune disease is being promoted by eating animal products. All that stems from eating animal products, processed foods, and cooked foods. Dang near mainly those animal products, meat, dairy, fish, and eggs, okay? That's from my conclusions, okay? That's just from my own testimonies, my own thoughts, my own research. And that when it comes to awareness, there needs to be more awareness. And that's another reason why I do what I do. I do it for free. I don't make any money off of this, okay? For 13 years, I've just been doing it out of the love of my heart because I want to spread the message, because I have a testimony here to say too, and just like everybody else, and it can help people, whoever wants to listen. And, I actually watched The Guardian the other night, and there were two parts of the movie that stuck out. And one of them was where the captain was talking to Jake. You should watch the movie if you haven't watched it. And he's training Jake to be a Coast Guard, okay, a part of the Coast Guard, one of those life-saving, the Coast Guard, okay? And Jake asked the captain, who is Kevin Costner in the movie, asked him about, like, what do you do for the ones that you can't save? And the captain, Kevin Costner, says something like, Jake, I think about that all the time, but you save the ones that you can. The rest you have to let go. So I started thinking about, when it comes to our health, there are so many people out there, it's okay, we have free will to choose, but there's so many people out there that are willing that don't want to be saved, or they just don't know, and they end up drowning. And then there's ones who are saying, save me, save me, save me, and they're looking for help. They're looking for anything to save their health and everything. And those are the ones that already know the information, that can help guide them in the right direction. Those are the ones that we can save. Save the ones that you can. The rest you got to let go. You let go and you let God take care of them. I guess don't hold on to them so tightly. I guess that's a whole nother video, but I was thinking about that. I'm just like, yeah, because I hold on to it so tightly that I'm like, you can't please everybody. You have something that will help, you feel it in your heart, God's telling you, but you got to let the other ones go. You got to let the other ones go and save the ones that you can. But anyway, so back to the main part of this video, right? Okay, is breast cancer. So these are the Instagram posts. So the first one is, nearly 4 out of 5 women say their healthcare provider has never discussed how diet affects breast cancer risk. Okay, oh my goodness. And so let's break down why this matters. So this is from the Physicians Committee, okay? Dr. Neil Bernard is part of the Physicians Committee. He's wonderful. I think Dr. Milton Mills is too. He's fantastic. And then the next one is survey findings, okay? Survey finding. According to our new nationwide survey, only 19% of women said a provider has talked with them about diet and breast cancer prevention. Only 19%. That means most women are left in the dark about how food choices impact risk, okay? The next one is the awareness gap, okay? When asked what steps reduce breast cancer risk, 24% mentioned vegetables, 17% mentioned fruit, but only 1% mentioned a plant-based diet. This highlights a big knowledge gap, okay? Common myths. The survey results also showed confusion. Some women mistakenly think dairy reduces risk, a growing myth. Also, many don't know that soy actually lowers risk. Researchers shows Research shows women who eat more soy reduce their risk by up to 30%. The truth, the evidence is clear, and the American Medical Association agrees. The AMA's new policy urges doctors to talk with patients about proven steps to lower breast cancer risk. Eat a healthy plant-based diet. Exercise regularly. Limit alcohol. Maintain a healthy weight. Even with this evidence, awareness is still low. It's clear that most women are still unaware of the life-saving message that what they eat and drink is directly correlated to their chances of developing breast cancer. Dr. Christy Funk, breast cancer surgeon, okay? Physicians Committee. And then prevention starts today. Share this message to help more women learn the steps that reduce breast cancer risk. Get recipes, resources, and guides at letsbeatbreastcancer.org, okay? And then here's all the references, okay? And so there's Dr. Milton Mills, Loren Lockman, there's the China study, there's Dr. Robert Morris, there's Dr. Douglas Graham. There's tons out there and tons of influencers out there that Fully Raw Christine that have done this for several years that are long-termers. Just tons. And so when it comes to awareness, that's why I believe a lot of vegans do what they do, even if they don't mention it. It is spreading awareness. It's trying to get the message out there. Now you have free will to choose, totally up to you. You do you, what you think is best, but it is highly recommended that one chooses vegan, that one chooses plant-based as often as they can. And if you can, do a whole diet full of it. And then if you can, optimize it and go raw vegan. And you'll see your health transform. You'll see sickness and disease disappear. You'll realize that you don't go through what a lot of the population actually goes through. You're not going to be part of the statistics out there. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, so then you can help spread your testimony and help others as well. So I will stop there, you guys, and hopefully you guys made it to the end of this video. I don't know if you did. I don't know if anybody makes it to the end of long videos like this, but have a fantastic day today. Thank you if you did. Have a fantastic day today. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I would love to know your thoughts and spread your education and what you know and everything so everybody can read and have a wonderful, good conversation back and forth. So I'll stop there, you guys. Remember to love being raw, vegan, plant-based, whole foods, whatever floats your little boats. Just remember to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself literally, and I will see you next video, okay? Bye, guys.